Well, my name is Sir James Alford, and I'm a missionary at Prairie View A&M University.
My name is Mariah Alford, and I'm also a missionary at Prairie View A&M University.
And that's my wife.
That's my man.
Will you explain to us what Chi Alpha is, missions work that you guys do specifically, and how you got there?
Cool. And so Chi Alpha, it is a ministry on the university secular campus, and essentially we're all about community, just loving the Lord, reaching people with the gospel, and what else did he ask?
Just what y'all do, like what does it look like on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you do a service? Do you...
Okay, so yes.
You're waiting for me to answer the question. I'm gonna keep talking to you.
Okay, so we go out and we make friends on purpose, with purpose, to share the love of Christ with them. Some of our students will then become leaders, and once they accept Jesus as Lord and Savior, they then go on and reach the campus alongside with us.
Oh, here's a great question off of what you just said. What does it look like to purposefully go make friends? What is that? Right? Because especially not only as a teenager, just as a person, you just kind of hang out with your same people. You don't think about anybody else. So what does it look like to intentionally make friends?
Yeah. To intentionally make friends, it looks on the basketball court, it's pretty simple. You know, I go hoop. You know what I'm saying? If I beat you, then I'm automatically accepted. But if I let you beat me, but not by too much, I'm also accepted. But if you stump me, then it's like I'm not accepted. And so it looks like balling on people at the court. And then eating with people in the cafeteria. Now, that's a little different.
Yes. Okay, so meeting people on purpose, like, it's uncomfortable. And so sometimes, especially as a girl, I'll go up and I'll find something to compliment her, like, "Oh, girl, your hair look good," or "I really like your outfit," and just finding something that we have in common, and then we just, like, that's how we start a friendship. And that may lead us to going to the mall together, going to movies together, or doing something crazy on campus. And
so thinking about that, how would you tell your 16-year-old self, hey, be better at making friends for Jesus?
Yeah. If I was talking to my 16-year-old self, I would really tell myself, you're not all that cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to everybody, be cool with everybody.
Yes.
You see somebody sitting by themselves, go talk to them, ask them how they're doing. And everyone else around also really ain't that cool. I just feel like some people act like they think they're too cool for school, but I hang out with the person, talk to the person that look like they could use a friend.
Yeah.
Don't engage in all that popularity stuff. It catch up to you. It's nonsense.
I would say to my 16-year-old self, in trying to reach people for Christ, first of all, stop trying to look for them boys. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to get in the relationships and who's cute and who's not cute. Like we talking about Jesus right now, and so I would definitely not. You can X that out. It's fine.
No, keep going. That's good.
I would definitely put Jesus at the forefront of my mind and realize and get to know their story. I don't think I really began listening to people's stories until I got in college. But now I wish I would have asked someone how did you grow up? What was your family like? What was something hard that you've gone through, even at the young ages at 16? And you can really get to know people that way when you listen to them.
So now that you guys are at Prairie View, how did you know that that's exactly where God wanted you to go? I think a lot of youth think and like struggle with like my purpose. What if I miss it? What if I go somewhere that God or do something that God didn't want me to do? So walk us through that for you. What was your process like? How did God speak to you in that manner?
Yeah, so, I've always looked at things a little different. I know I don't need God to tell me to pray. I don't need God to tell me, hey, you should talk to this person about the gospel. I think his word makes it pretty clear, like, what he wants us to do. And so, as far as Prairie View is concerned, to me, it was just a place that clearly needed more, like, attention from Jesus and with people bringing Jesus, and nobody was doing it. And so, I said I'd do it.
For me, it's about, it was like taking a step, taking one step at a time. And so I knew, like, when I decided to truly live my life for Jesus, I said, I want more young people that look like me to know Jesus. And when I say look like me, like other black girls. And so when the idea of a historically black college university was presented to me, I was like, okay, this has already been something that was in my heart. This was a passion that God gave me. And even now, even 2 days ago, I'm realizing even more what God has put in my heart and the purpose and plan that he has for me to be at Prairie View A&M University. And so I believe it's a journey, and just to really take some time and to be still and really process, like, what is the passion, the godly passions that God is putting in my heart, and then just a little step, one step at a time.
Okay, so in ministry and missionary work that you guys do, it can be very difficult. How do you maintain a steady relationship with Christ and not doubt when it's hard?
I doubt all the time. Things get kind of real. But I believe because God's brought me through some things, I try to think back to the times where I do remember times where I felt like, oh, he wasn't going to come through. And he came through. And so I got to a point where I realized, like, I can't always just start doubting whenever something bad happens. Like, I have to be faithful in the good times and the bad times. And so I think I doubt all the time, but I take that doubt and I, like, push it away.
Mm-hmm. I journal, and so I write down my feelings and try to process through those. But journaling also allows me to go back and remember what God has already done, and also just listening to scripture and just having these scriptures that I say daily over and over again, because it gets hard. Like, I'm just like, why? One day I was walking down the street, I was like, why am I in Prairie View, Texas? Like, ain't nothing out here. And I just remembered, like, God, like, he has great purpose and plans, and that just listening to his word and going back, reading prayers, reading what God has already said keeps me going.
Did I ask what's the most difficult question already? I mean, what's the most difficult thing? Okay. Mm-hmm. What's the most difficult thing about your missionary work or the ministry that you guys are doing? What's the biggest struggle you face in doing that?
Well, I think the best thing about ministry is the people. And then probably the hardest and worst thing about ministry is the people. And so, really, you meet all types of people. Some people reject you. You sit down, try to be cool with them. They're like, they kind of give you that face. Be like, okay, cool. I'm going to just move on. And so, I guess not letting it get to me and just being like, I'm not here for the people that don't want to hear what I have to say. But I'm here for those who do. Mm-hmm. And so, when I think about those people who really do want to move closer to Jesus, like, that makes it all worth it when you see those people actually move closer to God.
Yeah. Rejection is the hardest. Because I love to feel valued. I love feeling like people love me and like me. I think a lot of us have that desire. But then I remember that Jesus was rejected. And if Jesus was rejected, like who am I to think that the world won't reject me? So that is like for me specifically, that's one of the hardest things is rejection.
All right, quick round question. If you were stranded on an island and you could only bring 5 CDs with you, what would they be?
Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna die either way. Okay. I have no survival tools.
There's no water.
Assuming we have a CD player. Okay.
Or you can bring 5 albums on your Apple Music or Spotify.
Okay. Cool.
I don't even listen to music like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I listen to like albums. I'm not even big on albums like that because I usually like individual songs.
Okay.
And so,
Man, you're super young.
right?
That's such a young man's thing to say.
But I mean, oh man, I listen to a lot of different type of music. That's so crazy.
You listen to a lot of, I don't know if it's called beat drop.
I listen to like dubstep type stuff.
Oh, something we could rap too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some what?
Something we could rap.
Oh, rap. Okay.
Said 5 albums. I'm not even an album person. That's the thing. I can look at my Spotify list and tell you
Okay,
what I like.
No, the first song that comes to my mind is "I'm a Survivor."
Okay.
I'm a
survivor. I'm not gonna give up.
So you
I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna
Destiny's
work hard.
Child?
Yes.
Okay, then let's ask movies if music is too hard for y'all. If you were stranded on an island and you could only bring 5 movies with you,
Oh, okay.
what would they be?
Well, Rush Hour 2 is a fantastic music.
Black Panther.
Great
I'm
movie.
watching Black Panther.
So
For the rest of your life, though, you're stranded on an island.
So we've already watched it like 6 times. You say we just gonna keep watching it.
Yes. Wakanda.
I mean, movie Coming to America. Yeah, I don't really know about Coming to America, but it's hilarious.
Some of my students gonna know about Coming to America.
Coming to America's hilarious.
What's that movie with the rabbit? Zootopia.
Oh, that's good.
Zootopia's pretty good.
Zootopia
I ain't
is
gonna lie.
hilarious.
Zootopia's alright. We just watched this Hamilton play, and it was good. I don't even like musicals, but it was. I don't know if I bring it.
I don't think I bring that one.
It was like Hamilton.
You only got 5.
Oh my God.
So y'all said Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Probably.
I love Avatar. Okay, so Avatar would make me feel, a little bit more connected with the jungle. And I would be ready.
You're right. Yeah, I need to be bringing like some Tarzan type stuff.
Yeah, we need some Tarzan type stuff to survive.
Yeah.
And then we gotta have a Christian movie.
No, you don't have to. It's alright.
We probably will want like a Christian movie.
Yeah, we need something
to lift us up. Especially if we're gonna die, we don't got no resources.
What's a good one that
There
is
is
just good? I like something that just came out. Oh, the one where the girl was running. Bravo.
I didn't see that.
Anyway, she was running and she needed an inhaler. She made it. It was good.
Alright. What do y'all think about TikTok?
This is what I think.
I just feel like
it's a dance.
I feel like there's a lot of different social media things that come out.
That's what they do on there.
It is all just hands.
I don't know the dances.
Finish this sentence. Who lives in a pineapple?
Under the tree.
Under the sea.
Wait!
And that you didn't even answer the
Wait,
question.
wait.
He asked you who
Who
lives.
lives in the pineapple?
SpongeBob SquarePants was the correct answer, ma'am.
Under
and
the
he
sea?
definitely doesn't live in a tree.
Under the tree. It's under somebody's tree.
It's under the sea. Who lives in
Somebody
a
under the
pineapple
tree.
under the sea?
SpongeBob.
SquarePants and them.
Okay, that's good.
It's not just, but yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
If you had one more meal, and this is it, you're gonna die afterwards probably. But you're gonna have a nice peaceful death. But you're gonna eat one more thing. What would it be? One last meal from anywhere.
I can make the whole meal.
I don't know, but it'd be a very long meal. It'd be a huge meal.
My youth pastor had told me that I'm gonna be able to eat macaroni and cheese in heaven, so I guess I'm not too worried about the last meal. But I don't know how true that is. But
I mean, you know,
I'm
assuming there's no limits. Lobster, crab legs.
I want some steak.
I
do want some macaroni and cheese.
Some crawfish.
But it needs to be baked. It needs to be baked. It needs to have a whole bunch of cheese.
You put a lot of weight on this mac and cheese.
This is gonna be my last meal, and so it needs to be A1.
But then you think about the carbs of the mac and cheese, like you kind of.
I'm about to die.
I want something that's gonna go a long ways. You know what I'm saying? I want something that's gonna be delicious, not something that's gonna fill me up real quickly. Like
fill me up, guys. Okay, yeah. But we need some vegetables.
No vegetables.
I'm not eating vegetables or I die. Eat vegetables in heaven.
I get one piece of broccoli with a little bit of lemon on it and a little bit of seasoning.
What's on top of your favorite pizza? What toppings are you getting?
Oh man.
At my pizza?
Okay, as I've gotten older, I've been appreciating more of the vegetables. So it may not be as exciting. But there's some sweet mama little hot red peppers.
You can just tell them what we make at my pizza.
Okay, you can do it.
Alright, so we start off with the tomato, with the garlic, with the spinach. And then for the pizza, we do sausage, we do chicken, little mama red peppers, olives, bacon.
We put mushrooms on there?
We put mushrooms.
Oh, we put some cilantro on there as well.
Cilantro, we put broccoli.
Oh, yeah, the broccoli. Sometimes corn.
Sometimes corn. And then cheese. A lot more cheese.
Lots of Extra cheese. Unnecessary amounts of cheese.
Yeah.
All right. If you could encourage, or anything to our youth, what would it be?
Don't do drugs.
Can I say don't go to hell? I'm just playing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
You should encourage for real.
Think about why do you do the things you do, and who do you do them for. Think about your future early on. Realize that the whole popularity thing is overrated, and it disappears after high school. Jesus is really what matters, and people knowing Him. So. Trust in Jesus. Don't be caught up in what other people are talking about, and it'll take you a long ways.
Can I go morbid? Is that the word that says morbid?
Here's your chance.
Okay, so I've been realizing you are not promised forever. We're not promised forever. Don't wait to get for real saved and sold out when you 30, which is old. Jesus really is real. You're not promised all of these years. You don't have to go through all the heartache that you hear in all these older people's testimonies. God can use you at the age that you are today, right now, and care more about what God thinks rather than what the world thinks. That would be my advice to you.
What she said. It's good.
Beautiful. That's it. Boo boo, we're done.
Oh, so you call him doo doo, and you call her boo boo. Oh,
we're just boo boo. So.